Alright, this is Randalicious. This is the second Hexis podcast. Thanks to everyone who watched the first podcast and for everyone who gave their input on what we can improve on and what they didn't like about it. The constructive criticism helps, and we enjoyed doing the first podcast. In these podcasts, we'll be talking about our opinions on some things in Runescape, other things related to Runescape, and just some other shit. We're going to be doing these podcasts on a bi-weekly basis, and we hope to improve the podcast each time. So if you have any comments, suggestions, topic ideas, or constructive criticism, please look at the Google form in the description or leave a comment. Everything's still a work in progress at this point, trying to improve. As you can see, we have a little kind of different format in the background. Like you can see me talking. I don't know, it's just a few things we've just been doing, but start off with the introductions. I'm Randalicious, and I'm the leader of Hexis.
I'm Sick Nerd. I'm a general in Hexis and rank 2 overall.
I'm Gingbino. I'm effectively maxed overall, and I'm training agility.
I'm Dreamland, and I'm currently going for max.
I'm Racer. I'm rank 18 overall.
Trance. I'm rank 35 cooking.
Alright, so I had a Google form that was in the description, and it was also posted on a few other places, but we had some people fill out some things, and I'm going to start it off first. Oslo asks, number one, in what way were you introduced to RuneScape? And then, in what way has RuneScape changed you as a person? For me, I was introduced to RuneScape back in the summer 2006. I was at my grandparents' house with my cousin, and I saw him playing some game on the computer, and I took a look at it, and I was pretty interested. And then he was like showing me like these high scores and other things about the game. Seemed really interesting. I'm really competitive, especially with my cousin at that time. So I started playing with the sole purpose of just to get better than my cousin. But then by the time I was better than him, it was too late. The second part of that question, in what way has RuneScape changed you as a person? I'd say it's made me overall more efficient. Just like going about doing like homework, doing my job. It's also really fucked with my sleep schedule too.
I think I saw an ad on Miniclip back in the days, and I have been more competitive as well, maybe trying to be more efficient and stuff, so yeah.
I also found it on Miniclip when I was playing Flash games, and I don't think it's really changed me because if I wasn't playing this, I'd just be playing WoW. So.
For me, my friend introduced me to the game. He said it was like a really good game, really cool game that he liked, and when I tried it the first time, I really enjoyed the game.
Well, for me, I found out about not old school RuneScape. What the fuck? I found out about RuneScape in primary school when one of my friends, pretty ironic now, but he was showing off because he played RuneScape, which you don't get that too often, and that's how I found out about it. And how has it changed me? I guess I'm a bit heavier than before, but other than that.
Well, I basically found out about it through school as well. I remember I couldn't even figure out how to log in the first time I went for it. And I guess now I probably just sleep a bit less, and my fingers get a bit antsy if I'm not playing and I'm at the computer.
Alright, Warrior07RS wants our opinions on mouse keys and AHK. I like them a lot because it really helps improve your efficiency, although it may be seen as button smashing. It makes the game more fun for me. I don't know about you guys.
Definitely
Yeah,
makes it more relaxing.
true. But I kind of guess why people think it should be not allowed. I use it myself. I used to use mouse keys, just regular ones in Windows, but then I shift over to HK. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean the game definitely wasn't made assuming people would or even could use that. I mean, if you ask like Ash or Andrew Gower, I'm sure they would have opinions about it. But you got to draw the line somewhere, so they just made it the one-to-one rule.
Mm-hmm.
How it is.
I think the mouse keys and HK are fine as they are if you're using them as you should do.
I would actually like mouse keys and AHK both to be not allowed because I don't know, I didn't use them for the longest time and I kind of liked it, but I only started using them because I got kind of sick of being at a disadvantage. Um, Mate, that voice crack though. But I would actually like them not to be allowed, but you know that's not going to happen, so whatever.
I'd probably agree with that. I play without them a lot, and while they do add a different kind of skill to the game, it gets a bit ridiculous at times.
All right. A few people asked, Death Brigader, Midge Hunt, and some other people, what do you expect from the new continent? Do you think it'll be dead content, or will we actually see a lot of use out of the place? I'll let someone else take that
God.
first.
Fuck the new continent, I'll get it out there right now.
From what I've heard, like there's gonna be like a lot of new content coming into the game with the new continent. So I think it's gonna be like a good update for the game because it's gonna bring like, well, it will bring a lot of new stuff that people will like.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of it will be dead content, but all that space they're gonna have to add some farming patches and some shit like that. And they might even have like a new rooftop course on one of the new like towns or whatever. So there'll be some decent things and some devaluing things, but most of all, I think most of it will be dead content.
My
Random,
only fear with it
city bosses.
is they'll want to make the continent relevant because they've spent a lot of time doing it. So to make people think it's relevant, they'll make it better than existing methods. It kind of just sounds like it's going to be Elf City but reskinned and stuff. But yeah, and with only one QA, I don't see them QA
They're hiring a
getting
second
all
right
the
now.
bugs of an entire continent. It's going to be fucking riddled with bugs.
I think there's a
They're
lot of
hiring a QA just for
potential.
summer.
I think there's a lot of potential in it, and kind of how you said they want to make it relevant. I'm hoping that they don't try too hard to make that continent much better than the existing like map. I don't know, kind of what you're saying with that. There's a lot of potential for a lot of good things to come from it, though.
There's a lot of potential, and there's a lot of potential for it to go tragically wrong, but it could work out.
With how big they're wanting it to make, they almost have to put in a lot of good stuff. Otherwise, it's just going to be like a wasteland.
Some of the new continent or content, whatever that's going to be on the new continent is probably in the end going to be dead content. Like,
Oh,
you can't really pass that.
there's for sure always going to be some dead content.
I think
That's
they're
just
gonna throw a lot of
inevitable.
artisan content in there.
Yeah.
Loads of redone artisan stuff like redwood trees, ash trees, fucking whatever else they had. I don't know.
And I think, Randy, we were discussing the ads as well.
Yeah,
We're
yeah. I
hoping
really
that's
like
gonna
the
be-
idea of a degradable dragon axe. Have it something like introduce it with the new continent. I think that would be a good way of putting that in. A lot of people do want it. I would only want it if it was in a very expensive way that you had to like use a degradable dragon axe. Like you could use it for like 3,000 logs, 5,000, something like that. No more
I
than
wouldn't
5,000.
mind. I would not mind a mineable pickaxe and axe. Don't make it give bonus XP, because fuck that shit. No thank you.
How would you want it to work then?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be overpowered, it can just be a combined axe and pickaxe. It doesn't have to give bonus XP for it to be good.
What's the purpose of that?
There's really not
There
much
isn't
purpose
one.
to
That's
That's why
it.
I don't
the
think we
quarry.
need one. I don't even think we need one, but people want it for some reason.
I want it as well.
I'm for it if you have to pay a whole lot of money
I mean,
for
it could
gradable DX.
It could just, let's say for power chopping, it could just take 33% of the logs out of your inventory, so you'd have to drop them, but it doesn't give you bonus XP.
No, because I think, yeah, I came up with an idea, like, instead of it just burning it automatically, we could just use it as a spec. Like, when you use your special attack, you can fire make the logs you cut for, like, what is it, 2 minutes? And then wait the remaining 5 minutes for it to, you know, yeah.
All right,
Energy transfer though.
there's a lot of potential with the new continent. That, I don't know.
I'm hoping achievement diaries, maybe.
Achievement
I'm
diaries
sure
will
I'm sure
probably be
they'll
more
for sure have
overpowered
achievement
than
diaries
continent.
for that area. I mean, I couldn't imagine them having like 11 achievement diaries for the parts that's already in the game, and then them not doing anything for the other part. We could be having like 15 plus achievement diaries by the time the new continent comes out. That would be insane. That's so much.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Thundercat asks, "What is your favorite scaping fuel, like food and drink?"
I don't honestly have any.
Well, I have just normal food. Like in the weekends, I tend to eat like chips, candy, pizza, shit, and Pepsi, water, and all that.
For me,
Uh,
I only drink water, so I guess that would be that. Recently, I've really been liking. I've been making like a sandwich, putting like a whole bunch of different kinds of meat on it, a whole bunch of cheese, and now I've been toasting it on a grill. That's been really fucking awesome the last couple weeks for me.
M&Ms are pretty good, aren't they, Randy?
M&Ms are great. I do have like a 6 pound bag of M&Ms that I bought when I went grocery shopping like a week ago. Haven't
Six
opened them up.
pounds.
Haven't opened them up yet though.
6 pounds.
6 pounds.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
it was like $15.
So, what? That's pretty cheap.
For me, I prefer just drinking water or Pepsi.
I eat a lot of saltine crackers and granola bars. 'Cause they really fill you up, and they're cheap, and you don't have to make food or get something to eat.
All right, Thundercat has another one here. What are your opinions on like RuneScape in HD? And would you guys want to see some animations for some skilling action, like making bolts and battle staves? Also, to add on to that, in this past live stream, Mod Ghost said making an animation for like making battle staves would be easy to do.
Yeah.
I thought they didn't have time to make animations. When's the next cape then?
Yeah, we want Max K, mate.
I don't even know why they want them up for that, but let's not get sidetracked. I don't like RSHD, like the current graphics are I kind of quit around '09, and I preferred the graphics we've got right now, so I honestly wouldn't want them to be updated at all. I
I
love
didn't
these
mind the
graphics right now.
The 2008 graphics were pretty good in my opinion.
Oh, I thought everyone looks like a fucking slug, mate. I didn't like
The
it.
walking was so awkward and the running looked disgusting.
It looked like you were just put under a rolling pin and then set off to run. Horrible.
But I don't know. It is 2007, so in 2007 we didn't have HD, so
Honestly, I wouldn't really mind like graphics as they were in '08 or post that. But I would prefer the '07 graphics like they are now. But as I said, I wouldn't mind them being updated.
They can't update them anyway, it takes too long, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's not
not.
really any point for asking for it because it's not a realistic thing to get.
Uh-huh. Uh, I stopped playing in 2008, like late '08. I don't really remember what the graphics even looked like. I know that they went through some kind of change then. Doesn't seem any different to me though. I don't know. Also on that note, I would want them to make some kind of animation for making some bolts and some battle staves. I think for battle staves it would be pretty easy. Like you could just kind of take like when you're stringing longbows, you could just take that emote and just like throw an orb on the top of a staff. I don't know.
I actually like the fact there's no animation because everyone always walks up to me and is like, "More sickness, XP wasted." And I'm just like, "No, I'm not, mate. Fuck off."
All right, next, Razor asks, "What is some RS3 content you would really not want in old school?"
What do you think about that,
Started
Razor?
off Razor.
I would say RuneSpan just because it's really fast runecrafting XP and AFK and pretty much defeats the purpose of runecrafting. And well, most people do runecrafting to make money, and you don't make any money from RuneSpan. So I think that's an update that should not be in old school. Should
I would
never
also
be.
say Runespan.
I personally, like, I've got 4 things which are just terrible. Okay, number one, the worst thing would be Squeal of Fortune. Playable XP is just terrible.
Hmm.
The next worst thing is probably Warbands, because like Runespan's bad, it devalues runecrafting, but Warbands devalues 5 different skills. Mining, I think smithing, herblore, farming, and what's the other one? I don't know.
Construction.
Yeah, construction. 5 skills, not just one. And that's worse. Silverhawk boots completely make agility completely shit. And then Runespan's probably worse after that. So fuck all that shit.
Well, they don't really have Scroll of Fortune in Nars 3 anymore. They have Treasure Hunt or whatever it's called.
It's the same thing.
I think
Yeah.
Treasure Hunt is more OP than Squeal of Fortune.
Hey, you can free stuff now.
I've heard it's more OP.
Yeah, probably is. Haven't really tried it myself though.
I really hate the daily tasks or whatever. It's like if they have that, it would be possible for like the most efficient way to get max is just to log on for 1 hour a day and only play when you have
And-
like a little bit of bonus
and-
XP.
And on every Q&A, everyone's always screaming, penguins! It's like, mate, fuck off. No one.
I wouldn't mind
Penguins
penguins,
don't.
mate.
I don't like the Okay, I wouldn't mind penguins if you couldn't store the XP.
Yeah,
I
okay,
hate
that would
stored
be-
XP, it just sucks with records and stuff like that. If you
Maybe
had
not-
to use the XP on the day you got the points, that'd be alright.
I would
Oh,
actually
yeah,
really
XP.
like that. I would like that a lot.
I would love penguins.
You
I
just
do
can't
remember. I
store
do
it, that's
remember
one for
doing
me.
some penguin hunting way back in the day, and it was pretty fun. And
so
because everyone would like do it on one world, that was cool. I do agree with you should have to spend it. Kind of like, yeah, I don't know. You have to spend it
Nothing
when you
like
get
that.
it. I like
then-
that idea.
Yeah. Circus. I wouldn't mind that as well. Well, I don't know actually.
Staying on the topic
I don't
of
like the circus.
shit we don't want to see, I don't really know much about RS3, so I guess I'm quite ignorant, but I really wouldn't want any kind of Bible XP like a Squeal of Fortune type thing. That to me is stupid as hell.
It's probably one of the only things that would make me quit.
Like I mean, if I won the lottery, I could buy like 200 mil all.
100 mil all. Bonus XP.
Okay. Well, that just sounds stupid as hell to me.
Yeah, and the preset banking thing. They were honestly talking about polling in the last Q&A.
Yeah,
And
let's move on to preset banking right now. They were
Nice.
saying that on stream. What do you guys think about that?
Fuck no.
No, thank you.
like, super combats would be the best thing to do.
Those would be so easy. Like
And farm runs, herb runs would be super quick.
Everything would
And
be quick.
Basically, I
Runecrafting.
think one of the main skills in RuneScape, because it's not a very skillful game, apart from stuff like fishing and stuff, but for banking skills, like the only skill in it really is banking quickly. That's the only thing you can do better than other people. If you have presets, that's gone. And that's not just for skilling, that's for PKing and PVMing too. If you die in the wilderness, trying to get back out there quickly if you're getting tradables or something, just whack a preset, done. But you might have some kid fumbling around like eating tuna and shit in the bank and
how's
all
he
sorts of
eating
shit.
tuna? He just died. He has full hit
He's
points.
running back for his untradables, mate. I don't. Shut up. You get
You
my
can
point.
always eat more tuna.
Not tuna, mate.
Nothing but tuna.
My point is presets make banking not a thing anymore, which sucks.
I think it would be stupid as hell and just absolutely destroy bank standing skills.
Not that they're very respectable anyway, but the
Brother
little
showed him
respect that people have for them is worse.
my brother showed him doing some crafting like the other day, with the presets thing, and it just is so fast.
It even closes the bank for you. It's pretty nice.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god, it's like AHK.
This
It's
sounds a
fucking
lot
doing
more OP than any kind of AHK you could ever do, ever.
Like clicking out the bank.
I don't like the idea of preset banking at all.
Nope.
Alright, Stenvik gave us a topic. The race to 200 mil runecrafting. Looking at like runes, Dusty, Yeezus, No One Perfect. And I guess you could maybe throw Etsk in there. Even Link's Titan.
Link's Titan
Oh.
could honestly get rank 1 in crafting because he gets like 35k an hour at Nats with his ults, so yeah. Pretty fast.
Didn't Rune stop for now or slowed down or something
He's
like
been
that.
pretty inactive for like the last month, 6 weeks, or something like that.
And no one perfect's gonna pass Dusty soon. Well, 5 mil XP, but you know.
He's slowed down a lot, though.
Who? No one? Perfect?
Yeah.
Really?
It is really competitive though.
No one perfect will probably get rank 1 Runecrafting unless Link's Titan decides to go for it. He can have anything he fucking wants, mate. He's just... I don't even know.
Alright,
Pretty quick.
another idea from Stenvik is, how about we discuss some of the more impressive records on CML?
Well, I'm gonna say it, Lilidor's Agility Week.
Yep.
I'm
That's
gonna
probably
say
the
Yep.
most impressive one.
Brad's month as well.
Oh, Brad's month.
Yeah, Brad's
is-
month.
I think Brad's month is more impressive than Lilidor's week, just because a month is a lot harder to maintain for an entire month.
I would agree
think-
with that.
I think it was 17.7 EHP average per day for an entire month, and he probably slept an average like fucking 5 or 4 hours a night. Really impressive.
Yeah, the most impressive week is Lelidor's agility, but I think the most impressive overall is Brad's month.
I bet there's a few people watching who'll be like, "Small Batman's fishing week," but
How about
I don't know about that.
Stenvik's prayer day is amazing.
Oh yeah,
that is real
Very
good.
strange day.
Got
Yeah.
like 600. What was the XP? Like 600.
It was
Wait,
he did so
17.4
fucking
mil
good.
average. No, wait, wait, I'll calculate a sec.
It was
580k.
crazy. 580k an hour for 30 hours.
That's
That's
just amazing.
that's like 15% above EHP in prayer, and he used Dragon Bones, not Dagon Bones or anything.
EHP's a bit off, though, because of the Camelot chest.
And his
Yes,
6
yeah.
hour was pretty sick as well.
I mean, clicking that much for 30 hours straight, fuck that.
Something I really wanna make sure is not Drary's Karambuan Day is fucking insane. I can't even do that shit for 2 inventories at a time, let alone 30 straight hours. That is ridiculous.
I
did
do
say,
not. I do not like the Karambuan method. Like, I think using AHK in that capacity is bad, but I was laughing at Randy because he couldn't do them, and he challenged me to do them, and I tried like a few inventories. I can't do that shit. It is really difficult, but I don't think AHK should be used that way.
I have all the respect in the world for
I
him
respect him
for
being
being able
that
to
for
do
that
it.
long.
Mm-hmm.
For being
Yeah,
able to
that's
do it. That
pretty impressive.
was fucking insane. It really was. Next,
Actually,
Oh, go ahead.
Vestfold's fire making month.
Yeah, that one
That was
well.
really impressive as well. I mean, that's a really click-intensive skill. He got crashed quite a bit.
yeah, I think
for
he had
a
like
month
just over
straight.
400 EHP that month, right?
Fire making's a really hard skill to get EHP in it, and he doesn't use mouse keys, so he couldn't
Yeah.
even get close to the EHP. I think he got like 420k on average
He got
burning
420
stuff.
each
So,
month.
yeah, Yeah.
That's a really good record as well.
really
Mhm.
impressive.
Kalini, his mining week that he
Oh,
had very
I'm looking
recently.
forward to seeing a full month,
Yeah, he's
because this
also
current
pretty
one
good.
has a break in it.
Yeah, he took like a week break. He had 118 or 120 EHP in his mining week. That's pretty fucking good. Magnus Berg wants to know what the best money making method in the game is except double nats. I'll just take this one. You could do wyverns. If you're at max stats, max gear, you could get about 800 to 850k an hour, not including a visage, which if you were to get that, 1 every 10,000 kills would put you right around 1 mil an hour doing that. So it's not really that much less than nats, and it's a lot less click intensive as well.
Other than wyverns, other best ways to make money would be hunting black chins. It's like 700k an hour, which is also good overall XP. Buzzlord mine's a decent AFK way to make money. Runor mining
Minified jugs.
is also good.
Yeah.
Humidify
yeah,
jugs of water.
humidifying jugs. I think, how many can you do now? Like
A
16k
lot.
or something?
Yeah,
And
probably
you get
more.
100 profit per jug. You can, yeah, that's if you sell the
You'd
jugs quite
only do that for
expensively.
so long.
Yeah, it's kind of
Eventually
a niche
demand will
market.
drop.
Yeah,
Farming herbs is pretty good money.
yeah,
Mhm.
farming herbs, pretty good. I think 1.7 mil an hour if you just include the herb farming itself.
I would say God Wars and or bossing in any form, pretty much. Well, depending
It's
really.
all
But
right.
I have no clue what
not
any
the
of the
best,
bossing
but,
is
you know.
like.
Isn't
Oh.
smoke still like 1 mil plus an hour?
Yeah, smoke double is still really good money an hour.
That's
'Cause I
killing the
think
boss,
smoke
right?
stuff is like 6
That's
mil
just
still.
relying on splashing. Once splashing gets fixed, which I'm assuming it will because it's an absolutely broken
Never
game
assume
mechanic.
anything with Mod Matt K still employed.
Yeah,
Didn't they
there's-
release a video like yesterday saying they're not going to fix it?
Yep.
Unless the community
Matt
wants
K
it.
is clueless, honestly. Like, he doesn't... If he actually played the game, he would understand that it's a lot more damaging than he thinks it is. But anyway, back on topic, yeah. Smoke Devils will probably not be good forever, unless
Yeah, but-
splashing isn't removed.
Well, D-Chain is still good money, and well, it's still 132k, and Smoke Battle Staff, Occult Necklace, and it just have some pretty good resource drops.
Alright, here is one that I think it was Trickle who asked,
I think I'll take this one.
will Gingbino get Hunter or not?
Well, I
Short
don't
answer
speak to
is no.
Gingbino. I don't speak to him very often, but I don't think he's ever gonna get it.
We need Ging
I've
to
been
answer
working
this
on a
one.
long answer for a while. It'll be out eventually.
Alright. Alright, what are your opinions on each player ranked #1 in the skills? Do you think they trained efficiently? How would you have done it differently? It'd be a lot to go through every single person. So, I guess one thing I know I would definitely do differently is Dudu's rank 1 range. That I can say I would definitely do differently.
I want to see that guy's time played, honestly. It's probably 50 plus days.
Probably got a whole lot.
Yeah, he could have done that shit so much faster.
Destiny and the Lockburner's fire making. Like they did, I think I'm not sure which one of them did it, but I think it was Lockburner who did Willows all the way.
Neither of them did use or magics, I know that. So that's definitely something I would do differently.
Top 2 Runecrafters, both use runners.
Yeah, that's pretty
Like
bad.
one Herblore is a dirty scammer.
Is he actually?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Talk
pretty
to
sure
is a
he scammed his
scammer.
way to 200 mil.
Shots fired, talk to is a scammer. I know that he tries to scam people with unids. And if you say like,
I'm
oh,
one of
that's the
them.
wrong thing, he'll say, oh, my bad. But he's really trying to scam you. I've
Oh,
also heard a whole bunch of other stuff about him as well.
I know Malt Lickers doesn't train inefficiently, but he has been made inefficient simply by updates. Like, he had 50 mil Slayer before the first Slayer updates, and that's like half the speed of what it is now. So his time played is more than mine. He has, I think, 342 days played,
Wow.
which is enough for 200 mil Slayer now if he did all that with the current
Well,
updates in the game.
He did train all his skills,
Rip.
and he does Stud Wars as well for money.
He does a shit ton of PVM, I know that for a fact. I think I spoke with him like a few months ago, he said he had like 20 Armadil hilts. Yeah, shit's
Well,
crazy.
For every Armadil task he gets, he pretty much does it at all.
All I can say is I would be pissed if I was him. The Slayer's one of those skills, but even I've got a fair bit of Slayer XP, and I'm kind of annoyed because they will constantly update Slayer, but he must be fucking livid.
Yeah. For crafting, I'm going to assume that Paul Rat did like green d'hide bodies.
I think he transferred all his money from RS3.
Oh, he for
I don't
sure
think he made it in old
he
school.
transferred hella money to do
He made a lot
crafting.
of money early on doing crafting.
What's that?
Yeah, probably.
He was high ranked crafting early in the server, so he made a lot of money then.
He did.
Um,
He was like 50 mil really quick.
I know that Homepage's fishing was like as AFK as it gets. I wouldn't do it the way he did.
They did really good hours. Weeks.
Rank 1 fletching is currently Sack, although I think he was the third person at 200 mil. That motherfucker did U longbows to 200 mil.
Now it's came up.
The guy who got it first did a lot of arrows on his way to 200 mil.
Was that I'm Your Daddy?
It's Helicow, not it's Hecton.
Oh, okay,
The names
okay.
are used.
Yeah.
Gingbino has just informed me that the Metal Shadow guy has 295 days played and 20 hours.
Fucking
Oh.
hell.
Jesus.
He's almost got enough days played to be fucking... Bestfold has 20 days more than him. Put it that way. Fucking hell.
Wow. He's got a lot of time played. Rank 1 woodcutting.
The U Master.
Isn't that
Sathan.
Sathan?
Yes,
Yeah.
Sathan.
Lava Blonde.
I wouldn't be
Yeah, he's
spending
pretty
as
bad.
much time on Uves and other shit as he has.
Flashed and stream, mate.
Sathan does use now? What the fuck have I been missing?
He's been doing a little bit
That's
of
because
it.
he's playing Iron Man.
Yeah.
Oh, on Nerd, mate.
He'll get whatever 200 mil eventually.
I thought User was gonna beat him, but...
Oh, babe.
Rip.
Cap King, obviously. Fire Giant. Rod.
Capt King has the same time played as me in like 2000 EHP less, and I'm not even that crazy efficient, to be honest. I don't take myself too seriously, so... Yeah, Capt King's a hero.
Yes,
Legend.
or savior.
I think for me that kind of covers everyone who's like rank 1 that I would do differently. Oh, rank 1 thieving.
I think
Did
he did
Ardy
Ardy
Knights.
Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Storage
rank
chest
1.
for
I
forever.
heard from Mike Myers, another guy with 200 mil thieving, that guy account shared and did Ardy Knights. But I don't know if that's true, but... Hey, Ardy Knights are terrible.
Yeah,
So it's like 230k.
It moves around all the time, it's not 230k. 230k is if it stood still.
No, it's 240 if it stood still.
Close enough.
Otherwise, I think all other rank 1s are good and pretty efficient that we haven't touched on. We've just been complaining about other people. Oh, Clayton.
Magic.
I would
They did a
probably
shit ton of different methods.
huh?
He did a lot of different methods.
Yeah. He did
He
a little
alked
bit of
to, like,
Nightmare
50
Zone,
mil.
a whole lot of astral training, some
You
alchemy.
need to like vengeance every time.
I think it was
a lot of-
50 mil Alking, 50 mil Nightmares, and then like 100 mil Lunar Spells.
Yeah, for me, I don't think I'll ever do it, but I would just like while multi-skilling, I would imbue my way to 200 mil. It's like
What my plan is.
it's
Oh, you
like
can splash.
Good idea,
it's
man.
like
Absolutely.
12,000 hours or so of imbuing to get 200 mil magic, and that could be achieved while doing Slayer, woodcutting, and fishing. So
And agility.
and
That
agility. Oh yeah,
somewhat
yeah.
seems futile because you could just splash while you sleep and not have to do that, which kind of annoys me. I've done like fucking 15 mil magic imbuing.
Yeah, but that's the route that I would take to do magic. It would be a lot longer process.
I just want to say about Ed's tunnel farming. I wouldn't have done watermelons and herbs, but obviously it was his goal to get tunnel farming as fast as possible, so it was kind of efficient in a way for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have just done magic and palm and calquet trees.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
All right, the next from an anonymous person. The next 4 are from people who didn't say who they were. This is only if it applies to you. What is your next 200 mil? For me, it's cooking. I'll get that in a
I'll
couple
be getting
months.
crafting. I'll be getting crafting like 2 weeks, then I'll be doing cooking after that. It?
Well,
I'll say agility and eat my words later.
I'm not really maxed yet, but I guess my first 200 mil would probably be something like thieving.
Oh yeah.
My first tunnel will be crafting, but I have to do like a couple of weeks of money making first.
And Trance is cooking too.
Oh yeah, I'm cooking. I think I can do thieving afterwards.
Uh,
Even
Plunder
just
for
in
life
terms
though.
of thieving.
what about Thief?
Plunder though.
Much more thieving, mate.
I like Thief. I like finishing off. I really feel like I could do a lot more thieving as well. I'm 200 mil. I don't know. It feels like I could do a whole lot more without really getting bored or sick of it. I really like the Doig chest.
I was sick of
What if
seeing
they got
fucking
updated
thieving.
again?
Next question. Don't know who submitted it, but it's for me. They
That was probably Hail Vegeta.
they said, Randy, who is your favorite character from Dragon Ball Z? I would say it is Vegeta. He's a badass, and he's just got that stuff. I don't know. I like him a lot. He's my favorite character. I do really like Boo a lot as well. The fat Boo. He was funny as hell. I don't know. It's a good show.
I don't have a clue any of those people are, but yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. Haven't you watched it when you were a kid?
Did when I was a kid, like 3 or something. I don't-
I also really liked Gohan when he was like during the Cell saga. I really like Gohan a lot during that. Shout out to Android 18. She's kind of hot.
What?
I guess that Goku was okay. I didn't really like him that much. He was a terrible father, terrible friend. He abandoned his family at the end of Dragon Ball Z to go work with Oob. He
Spoiler alert.
well, fuck. Spoiler alerts all over the place. Also, when they were preparing for the androids to come, like, he didn't even see any of his friends for like 2 years prior to the androids coming. Not a good friend, not a good father, just strong as hell.
Right.
Alright, well, moving on. What are your guys' opinions on a level 70 magic or range prayer, and possibly a new spell book or prayer book?
I think it's bullshit we don't have them. Like, people are like, oh, range is too OP. Melee is like fucking crazy OP. Like a DDS is a level 60 weapon. One-handed costs 50k. It like 80s easily. Well, not easily, but it can hit 80s. You've got an AGS which can hit 80s. You've got anything else? What other crazy shit we've got? Fucking D-Maces hit 60s. Cheap as shit. Range. Devo, yeah, you can hit a 96 if you're in full void, praying, fully potted, and that's rare as shit. It's really inaccurate. A D-Bolt can hit a 68.
Yeah.
On par with the DDS maybe. I think
But-
it's kind of unfair to have melee prayers on that tier and no range and magic.
Agreed.
But saying that, I think they should cap the Devo damage at 96 if they're going to do that. Otherwise, it'll have one-hit capability.
Oh, absolutely. I think most people use magic as like a secondary way of training, like, or like, alright, like if they're PKing, like they're freezing you just so they can like fucking DDS you or some shit like that. I don't know anything about PKing.
Well, yeah, I don't know if we'd need more or new bolts or whatever we would need.
Oh, I think
Or just
like
a new crossbow.
the to be able to like there's different gem tips. You can only put them on certain bolts. You should be able to put the tips bolt you want. So you can actually have the effects with the bolt and actually then be decent. I think pearl bolts and stuff like that have really good effects, but you have to use bronze bolts with them, so they're fucking useless. But so they should really make it so you can use tips on any type of bolt, like rune bolts. You rune pearl bolts, for example. That'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about Ranger Mage.
Well, as for prayer book, I guess I don't know if we would need one, but some overpowered prayer.
Can someone
things like
tell me what the prayer, but like, isn't
Curses.
huh?
Yeah, turmoil and shit.
Oh god.
All I know
had
about
some
turmoil is that it's
scripts.
OP as hell. I don't know anything actually about it.
Turmoil-
It's an
think-
overpowered piety.
I think turmoil drains slower than piety, and it's like fucking. I don't know what the percentage boost is. I thought it's like. I think someone told me 40% in each.
More strength, less defense, isn't it?
I have no idea, but no, right. I wouldn't mind curses if Turmoil was
Soul split.
really,
Yeah,
really,
Soul
really
Split.
nerfed. Soul Split should not be there. It completely changes how combat works.
Yeah.
It's just all about, you just want DPS, you don't want any tank gear at that point, really.
I think Turmoil, it drains, I'm not sure how much, but yeah. It says here in the wiki that it steals a fixed amount of attack, rating, strength, and defense from the
Wait,
opponent, increasing over
steals it?
time. Yeah.
If you're attacking a monster, it's like a set amount. I think it's like 20
Yeah.
or 25%.
I think it was way better than Pyre.
And then Soul Split, it heals the player and lowers the enemy's prayer by 10% of the damage.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow, that is.
This
Oh,
range
So
much
you just
different
flip
game.
that shit.
And the DPS for Turmoil and Soul Split is 0.2. So yeah, it was too OP. But I guess we would need a new prayer book in the end. But not like overpowered like this.
I don't think we need a new prayer book.
I don't think we
Well,
really need a new prayer book either, because like if you're making a new prayer book, you're gonna have to add in a whole bunch
Or
of
ju-
fucking prayers. I think the same.
Maybe add some new prayers instead.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Didn't Reek or fail or whatever it was.
I think the only prayers we need are the range and mage equivalents to
It
Pyre.
was not Reek or the other one that failed to pull.
Rigger
Like,
All
and
great.
all
They
grey.
failed as rewards for the minigame shop.
We should just add them-
Everything
that
failed
shit
for the
should
mini
have been-
game shop.
That shit should have been added. It should be with a new quest, or in the bounty hunter reward shop. Not fuck. We should add dragon
Model opening.
pickaxe cosmetic kits in there. They should add stuff that's relevant to PvP. Jagex, mate, come on. Run over.
Alright, why is agility so underappreciated by non-skillers?
because it's click intensive according to them, which it really isn't.
I really do not go why people say that's click intensive. It's
I don't
like
get it either.
you can have a wank while you do agility. Like,
Can confirm.
And
ask them Genjo. Shout
At
out,
the
mate.
at the arty course, yeah, you can. But
it's
I
just
don't
kind of boring.
I like
is-
agility.
I think the fact that they made it profitable now kind of makes it a bit better, but I like agility. It's really relaxing. And it's one of the most beneficial skills in the game because of shortcuts and just the fact that your run regenerates faster is one of the most useful things in the game, in my opinion. Even though energy ports kind of
yeah,
do that.
since I've been cooking here, I've been around players a lot more often than when I was doing Dorg chess, and some guy was talking about how he was getting his cooking level up so he could do Recipe for Disaster, so he could get Barrel's gloves to do Sarah God Wars, but he said it's going to be a grind to get up to 70 agility. I don't know, I just,
Yeah.
like, to me, maybe they just don't see it as, I mean, like, you don't really use agility while you're PKing, while you're PVMing, for the most part, and
I think agility is really useful at Sarah.
Well, agility is boring as hell level, well post 70. Like at 75 it gets a lot better.
yeah.
It's able to hold it, it stops failing. And then Relica and then Arty course.
Anyone else?
Nope.
Alright, some further discussion of Altscape and the evolution of skilling. Should top players just accept the fact that they need to use an alt to stay competitive? This could also discuss. We could also discuss how Forsberg's way of grinding out old school is affecting this.
Oh god, we're gonna be on this one for like fucking 20 minutes. I can.
Yeah.
Well, people use alts to make money for themselves, while they do other stuff like Slayer or Agility, whatever. I guess for people who likes to compete, it's good. But I don't really agree with Altscape in my opinion, but I don't mind other people doing it.
I really hate alts. I've started using them recently, but the reason for that would be because Forsberg's going hard as shit, and I want to be able to hold him off, I guess. And he uses multiple alts, and yeah, I've got to try adapt my way of playing to compete, which sucks really. But that's how it kind of works on the top of the high scores. You've got to adapt to the ever-changing dynamic Efficient skilling, right, Randy?
I need to get a little bit of money. I think I copyrighted that slogan.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing is though, someone like Adam could so easily take donations. It'd be a lot easier
Oh,
than making an alt
Yeah.
like
and making money that way.
I could use my stream and just take money off
Yeah.
everyone, and
Like
I, I
no one badmouths Suomi about taking donations because
thing
at the
is,
end of the
like,
day, he's the only one who powered through and did 200 mil all without
people
bonus XP.
respect donations more than alts, which is kind of strange because alts you have to actually do it yourself. And I mean, I know it is faster than making money on just your account, but you are actually having to do it yourself. Donations, you're just getting it given off somebody else's
Yeah.
work, which is like, I don't get the logic saying that's like more respectful than using alts. I mean, both are bad. I'm not saying they aren't, but if you're gonna weigh them up, I would say donations are worse than using alts.
I agree with that. When they talk about the top players, just accept the fact that they need to use an alt to stay competitive. That isn't really the case. There are a few players who don't use, a lot of top players who don't use alts. And
Vestfold doesn't.
if
Does not
Vestfold
use
is
alts.
watching this, he is grinning right now, saying, "I don't use an alt, and I'm still rank
You should
1."
be proud of that, honestly.
Yeah.
Cap King
Should be
doesn't use
proud of
ult
that.
either.
Yeah, Cap King doesn't use alt. A lot of
Um,
people have started to slowly start using them. I know, like Randy, Hey Jace. I think users quit. Vestfold doesn't do them. I think Renz does. I think I've seen
Yeah, he does.
an account running around called Renz. I don't want to call everyone out, but a lot of top pages do use them.
I think
But
I think the effects of using alts haven't really been able to be seen as much yet because I don't know. It's been people have started using them more over a shorter period of time. But I think in like a year from now, or even 6 months, you will really start to see those who are using alts and just progressing through the high scores a lot more than people who are just playing by themselves. I don't know. I think we have to wait a little bit, and then we'll be able to see the effects of using it later. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And also for Forsberg, I don't really like the way he trains Runecrafting, for example, because he gets like 35k an hour doing it. He's pretty much using ults to run this for him. Well, his own account, of course. Yeah.
He's basically getting the best of both worlds.
I kind of just like the way that Forsberg changes what everyone does so much. On RS3, it was probably him who started taking advantage of spins more and ults, and then everyone else adapted to try keep up with him, even though he's ranked 2. But Drumgun did have a huge lead, and he's kind of doing the same on old school now. He's the reason I started using ults. I'm sure people might start using ults because of me. He started also doing Nightmares and Guthans. I want to start doing
We
that.
started doing that about 4
botting-
days ago.
Botting is bad, regardless if it's legal or not.
On the topic
But
of him, I'm
hopefully he doesn't
surprised.
influence more people to do that. Yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm
he hasn't done
surprised it took
sooner.
him this long to start doing it.
I really hope Matt K addresses that. Matt K, if you're watching this, mate, yeah, don't even have to say
Probably
it.
only sleeps about 4 hours a day, so that's not much experience.
Still 4 hours of experience.
Hey, he might be getting a little bit more sleep at night these days.
23 EHP a day.
Before he started doing the
Holy
Guthans,
shit.
I was really thinking that there's a possibility that he wasn't going to try to get rank 1 right away and maybe take like a more long-term approach to doing it, like accumulating money and doing some of the slower skills or things like that. But now that he started doing Guthans, I think there's no doubt at all, as soon as he maxes, he's going to be doing like 200 mil thief, 200 mil cook, 200 mil fire making, 200 mil every buyable. I think he'll be rank 1 inevitably. So
I might have a year at the top at most. Yay.
talking about 200 mils, now we'll move on to the next one. Why is it that people typically go for the easiest 200 mils first? Given that a 200 mil isn't easy, but why do most people do cooking and thieving and things along those lines?
I think it's just because the temptation to go for ranks is like, it's just there. If there's only one person who's maxed so far who who actively plays who hasn't done a skill, which is Jebrim, and that's because he's Jebrim, he likes agility. So,
Well, that's one
yeah.
thing, and also after they max, they kind of want to relax, I guess. That's
Cooking
one
is an
thing.
AFK skill, but not
Yeah.
everyone does. I've not done cooking yet, but I'm a weirdo, so... Yep.
I think it's because like most people wanna do maxes, wanna maintain on the top page, not just like off the top page just because they're doing a slow skill. So they try to do the fast skills to. They need to be on the top page.
Yeah, that's as well. But yeah, a lot of top people have been doing this.
Temptation for ranks, pride.
Yeah, that XP, getting high on the overall high score.
Mm-hmm.
Ranks are they're cool to get, honestly. I like going for ranks.
Hey, I was happy as hell when I passed up 3 people in the last week. I went from rank 9 to 6, and
Big poop fight, right?
I passed up MMIQ, Renz, and Michael, and I felt good about doing it. So I don't know.
I've been fucking same rank for ages, so I don't know what feeling's like anymore, but yeah. Maybe in a couple months I'll know what that feels like again, I guess.
Yeah. I also think that I don't know. I guess that pretty much covers what I had. People just want to compete for ranks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here we go. Is a nice story time. Someone wants to know, how did Sick Nerd manage to die to a camel?
For the love of... Why did you put this in there, man?
I want to know this as well. I'm really curious.
Alright,
did you
I'll
die to a
give you
camel,
the
Adam?
not so long version, but I'll try to go into sort of detail. Alright, so I made an Iron Man account on my second day. I was playing it while fucking like runecrafting and crafting. So yeah, I couldn't pay a huge amount of attention, and I was doing a quest, tourist trap, and there's a lot of bandits in the camp. They kept attacking me, so by the time I finished the quest, I was on 3 health, and I was going back to the quest start point. I had my bank on me. I was on my way back, and I was like, yeah, a camel can't kill me, but it can fucking hit anything. So I was just walking, you know, minding my own business and shit, and out of fucking nowhere, a camel just swoops in and takes me out, and I died. And then I spawned in Lumbridge. I was like, this is going on, because this bit is pretty unfortunate, but I spawned in Lumbridge, I didn't do the fucking quest to get through the Alcarid Gate for 10 GP, so I just steal it from a man. Failed 3 times, finally got my money, ran to the Shanty Pass. Oh, I had all my cash on me. I had 2 GP on me. Looked in the bank, I had 2 GP. A Shanty Pass cost 5 GP, I had 4 GP, and I had to watch my fucking shit disappear. That was tragic. If you want to know more, sickcamel.net. Enjoy.
The live
So-
reaction was quite funny.
Yeah, I was in TeamSpeak when it happened. I was just like, I died to a fucking camel. Oh, my god.
That's pretty funny.
Right. Got it out now. It's out in the open. Rip.
I already see the comments.
Alright, if you could be any NPC, who would you be and why?
Shit.
I'd be Emerald Benedict.
Yeah, everyone's
Why?
sucking his dick all day.
I mean, he's a rich banker. Some say too rich, so he's probably got every 200 mil buyable. What do you think? I mean, he probably sits there all day and makes battle stabs and does bolts. No one even notices. So.
I would be Jad, just like killing noobs who can't kill me.
Taking all the kebabs and shit.
So why not the kebab celebration?
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to be the kebab seller?
I don't want to give away kebabs, I want to have them.
I have no idea what NPC I'd be. Like, I haven't really thought about this, to be honest.
I'd say Big Red Japan, then I can yell at people who are trying to do agility all day and annoy them.
I don't know why.
He's not an
know who I would be.
NPC. He's a playable character.
An NPC.
Oh.
I don't know, I can't be him.
I'll be one of those little fucking miners at Motherlode Mines so I can rag people all day and not get away with it. fucking sick, mate.
Pay dirt.
Yeah. Pay dirt! Yay! Fuck off. They're so annoying, man. So annoying.
Bad?
I honestly don't know what I would be.
I would be the Zamorak mage in the wilderness, just 'cause he's cool as hell. He's got his own shop. If you're tally blocked, he says, "Fuck it, I
He's
don't
got
give
a
a
shop
fuck. I'm
which
still gonna
nobody
teleport
uses.
you." He's also one of the most useful NPCs in the game. So I guess I would want to feel important and not give a fuck and still teleport people if they're tally blocked.
Not a single person uses his shop though. He's like the least successful businessman in the game.
I don't know, I open it sometimes.
I open it and then I'm like, fuck, get away from me.
Oh, I know what I'd be. I'd be the gnome child.
Get killed
Oh,
all day, mate. That meme's fucking horrible.
yeah.
Awesome. Dude, spread on Facebook now. Fucking hilarious.
All right. On the old school RuneScape Facebook page, they've been teasing people saying, like, what are your opinions on summoning Dragon Claws coming into old school? But what are our opinions on these coming into the game?
Was it Dragon Claws and what else?
Summoning.
Summoning.
Oh.
Well,
Summoning, fucking hate summoning because it's a gathering skill. You gotta gather the charms. And then you gotta, and it's also a buyable skill. You gotta buy the spirit shards and sell the pouches and all that shit. I think it'd be better if, it took spirit shards out and made charms a bit more rare. And you get like more XP per charm. So it's actually, you actually make money when you make the pouches. Something like that. Or at least break even.
You want it to be a
That's so
money-making
stupid.
skill?
I don't want it to be a buyable.
I dislike how drastically summoning changes the game. Like for PVM, you have twice as much inventory space, so you can last twice as long. I think it just makes the game far too easy for skilling. Like there's a familiar for pretty much every skill to give you a skill boost. But PVM, as I said, BOBs are OP as shit. PKing, I think Steel Titans fuck shit up. But in general, I think it just changes the game too dramatically and makes stuff a lot easier. I don't like that.
Pickaxe are good for skilling too, like prayer or smithing or herblore kind of,
well, super combat potions.
and yeah, and slayer I guess.
And runecrafting with the abyssal creatures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the abyssal
true.
creatures, yeah.
Um,
You just use grokking anyways, doesn't really matter.
Well,
True.
if we could get summoning with like old school sorter NPCs, well, not yeah, instead of the ones from Rs3, like fucking Pack-Yak and shit, then I guess, well, depending on what they do, because Pack-Yak was like really overpowered.
I don't think no matter what they do to it, I'd want it in the game. Personally, I just don't like it.
Not really like a way of making it like not overpowered because like summoning is what it is and doesn't fit in this game.
Also, 136 combat. I like 126. That's nice.
I think it was 138, not 136.
Yes, yeah. All right, fair enough.
2 levels.
I liked summoning back when I used to play, although I was a lot more ignorant of its effects on the game at the time. I would like some kind of tweaked version of summoning, although I don't really know what the solution to that would be, so I guess we're better off now without it. Also, Dragon Claws, fuck 'em.
Who cares?
Well,
I know Sparknack's been making a push for them, saying, "Oh yeah, it's not as OP as an AGS. The spec breaks down. You have time to eat." The fact is, it's a level 60 weapon, and it has 2 specs, and it's really good against people with no defense. And I think it's a guaranteed hit. You can't hit a 0 with them.
It is significantly more accurate than an AGS as well.
Yep. No, thank you. I think
I
people
wouldn't-
want them most of all because of tormented demons, and they're really good money to camp for dragon claws. They could just add tormented demons and then add another really profitable drop. It doesn't have to be declaws.
well, I wouldn't
the
want to
deep
die at
dragon
Black
type
Chins.
body.
Fuck that.
I wouldn't want to die at Black Chins getting rushed by some guy with dragon
Oh,
claws,
yeah.
but yeah.
It
Fuck
can,
that
it can just
shit.
one item you too.
Yeah, well, I like to watch these one-item videos, like where you just went out with a pair of
What?
dragon claws and just. Well, I
It
like
just
to watch them.
encourages them.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really mind them, to be honest, but yeah.
For me, they don't really affect me, but I know there's a lot of people who don't want them. There's also a lot of people who want them.
hmm
And if they would come into the game, there would be so many people complaining about them. So it's not really a point of bringing them in.
I would.
I'm not wrong. I heard a lot of... I've heard this, but I don't know if it's true because I didn't play back then, but in previously everyone complained about being one-hit in PvP by Karassis, D-Claws and stuff, and now people are begging for them back. Makes no sense. I think people are doing it just for the nostalgia of having them, but I think after like a month or so that they'll just realise that they're fucking OP as hell and they suck.
And you
I
get
It's not
Crassi
good.
for free, don't you? In the
I think
quest.
from
you
some
just get a pet.
quest, yeah.
yeah.
Jesus.
And also, I guess the current PKers, some of them might quit because of dragon claws. Just because they're maybe too OP.
They're definitely really OP at load about high defense.
Alright, what update that isn't in the game would you want to see the most, if any? What about a GE?
I would
Australian
like to see-
servers.
Yeah,
Australian-
Australian
yeah.
servers would be cool, but they don't really affect me.
Mod Matt K has
I don't
been
know,
promising
okay.
them for months.
He's been collecting data.
Oh, Mike
Give him his
has
time.
been
He
collecting
needs his
data,
time.
man. Give him some time, you know, yeah.
But
No, he collected the data and said that, oh, just client American servers. They're good.
Yep.
They're not good.
I don't think... I honestly don't think there's a single update that I really, really, really want. I'm pretty happy with the way old school is. There's lots of stuff I'd like to be taken out. Splashing. Sorry guys, got a cough. But there's not really an update I really want, to be honest.
Same for
I
me.
don't-
I like the game the way it is right now.
yeah, but for trading posts, I guess I would like GE instead.
Yeah, GE for sure.
If they are gonna add in, well, they are adding it in. I just think that all the time being spent on the trading post, it's worthless as fuck.
But it's just...
I would either rather have
Yeah,
nothing or the
same.
GE, not some bullshit
is-
in between.
They pulled
I-
it back in April, which is 5 months, 6 months ago.
It
something
got
like that.
70. Hey, staying on that, it got 72% of the votes back then that they wanted it to be trading directly through it, just essentially a GE. And I think about 2-3 weeks ago on Reddit, I made a post, a straw poll for people to vote in. There was about 300 votes. I pretty much asked it. I copy and pasted the question that was asked in that one, saying, "Do you want the GE?" And 73% of people voted yes.
Oh, it's changing.
It's
Well,
gone
yeah.
up 1%. I think after it comes out and people really realize how bad it is.
I think it will probably pass. I don't want GE though. I think the main reason is because it increases the price of skilling significantly and it fucks up profit margins and skills. I think after GE came out, skills like cooking and fletching were no longer profitable, for example, and herb law spiked in price dramatically. So I don't want that.
I think that if the G come out, all Bible skills would be like devalued because it would be so easy to get supplies for them.
Farming as well.
Yeah.
Just magic seeds and palm and whatever. It was
Yeah, but
pretty
they would
much-
cost more.
Well, yeah, but I bought my magic seeds and stuff overpriced by a lot when I did farming back in May. I bought my magic seeds for like 180k each from a mercher. I didn't really care at that point, but now I kind of care. But yeah, yeah.
The question was what you want to see in the game, right?
Yeah, what would you
Mhm.
most want into the game?
Arctic Pines.
Oh, agreed.
What for? It's just faster woodcutting XP. Although
Yeah.
I guess it does
More
take more
intense.
clicking.
How many people
Would
would
you
do
want
it?
to devalue Sathon?
Yeah.
But
He's
being
doing
used,
use.
mate.
He's asking to be devalued.
He did 170 mil odd it takes.
Oh well.
Or did he?
I don't like any. I'm pretty much a no for anything that increases XP rates. Just because I don't like the idea of achievements being devalued, even if
But
I
you
don't
like the
have them
Slayer
yet.
update, Adam.
It made it more enjoyable, but I didn't like how it made it faster.
Straight up, if Arctic Pines added, I'd lose my woodcutting day and week simply because the XP was made faster.
Rip.
Well, maybe they could do something about the XP rates. Like
What
maybe
are the XP like for Arctic Pines?
I think they were like 130k each an hour.
Holy shit!
That's a lot faster.
That was in 2000 something like 10, from what I can remember.
Several with woodcutting urns, we won't have those.
Well, fuck earns.
I think they give you like 20% bonus XP.
Yeah, something like that.
So
But-
probably more like 110, 120?
Probably something around that, but I guess they could be
Oh, a
nerfed
lot.
in
Well, I
terms of
guess
XP.
110 isn't so bad with extra clicking.
Well, lumberjack.
I guess you
So-
do have that.
And then there's also lock. What's it called? Split cutting? I don't remember.
Do you get
Yeah, I
fletching
think that's
XP or
what made it
something? I don't know.
efficient.
You get
I think
fletching
it's
and
woodcutting.
woodcutting.
Oh, my bad.
And if you have, I think, yeah, well, I don't know, actually know the exact one, but also if you had ads for that, that would make it a lot faster as well.
It's a separate thing. That'd make Teaks faster anyways. Doesn't really matter.
Even if I said I like the game the way it is, I would like one more update. Is something that would make Nats more useful.
Oh
Like
yeah.
anything.
This new spellbook they're talking about, John C. mate. Let's just make everything use gnats, and for splashing, I wouldn't mind this. For splashing, make the only spell you can splash with a spell called Flower Power, which takes 5 gnats.
Holy
that,
shit! If you just used one, I think that would be good enough.
That would make them at least 240. And it's like
Yeah.
214 now. What the hell happened?
Splash.
So how long has Tan Hides been planned
Oh,
to
yeah.
be put in the game?
A while.
Nature.
They can say they want to do a lot of things, but until they actually
never
do
do
it, it's just all talk.
I'm also waiting for the XP drops. I've been waiting for a while now.
Did the queuing of the plank make it do anything at all to the price?
No, don't think so.
I don't think.
It's-
I think most
really
plank.
that
I think
much.
most planks that are made in the game are done by just walking there.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh,
planks are
yeah.
like 400 each now. So. 450. Yeah, whatever.
All right, Dennis Menace wants our opinion on stand-in gravestones until the servers are 99.9% stable. I don't know what he means by stand-in gravestones. I'm just gonna.
A 10-minute timer.
Okay, I
Pretty
like
much.
how it is right now because I've experienced a whole lot less disconnections because those motherfuckers who were DDoSing ain't doing it now, and
Well, that's because of the 10-minute timer, so yeah.
I think they were absolutely necessary to be added at that point. Like, I think it was like a month or something where
Oh,
the worlds
God.
were disconnecting every fucking 10 minutes. I think that was really damaging to the game, so it had to be done, whether we like it or not. That was definitely a game integrity issue. Kind of like splashing.
I would love gravestones. I don't really care about like
Oh,
dying
bless
and losing
them.
items. I mean,
I'd like to at least pay to have like a standing gravestone.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't like. I wouldn't want them long term because items coming out of the game is a good item sink, of course.
There's
But
not
right
there's
now,
not that many items that are like falling out of the game because
well,
someone dies.
There's a few, which add up, which keeps prices good.
Like
You definitely don't
Guthan's
want them
spears.
permanently. Yeah, Guthan's spear would be the same price as like Guthan's body if they weren't constantly being stunk out of the game.
Like, if they could just use gravestones for whenever the servers are being DDoSed, like they were probably like 2 weeks ago, then yeah. And if you could bless them, that would be perfect. Yeah.
Alright, Bob Svensson wants the story of the first time you got scammed.
Oh lord.
Oh god.
Oh, I guess I'll.
I don't think I've ever been scammed off the top of my head.
Agreed.
How have you?
I
I've
got
not been
lured.
scammed on old school, but shit, I got scammed like a million times back in fucking like back in the day. Like the first time I ever got scammed, I was used to chop use because it was just what I fucking did back then. And there was this guy who I knew for ages who was like, "Hey, if you get me 10k U logs, I'll give you a fucking dragon axe." I was like, "Oh, cool! Why would a dragon axe?" So fucking me being the naive 4-year-old I was just like fucking. He was like, "Oh, can I have them? Like, can I have like 3k now?" I just gave him 3k, and then he was like, "Oh, can I have another 3k now?" I was like, "Yeah, have 3k," and then I gave him the last 4k, and I was like, "Yep, see ya." I was like, "Oh, he just walked off." So yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty bad.
Well, back when I don't know how old I was back then, because I'm 12 now, but uh, basically, well, it was sort of a scam and a hack. Pretty much what happened was, this guy said to me that if I gave him my account details, he would give me like full Gothams and no, I think Gothics, Plate Body and all that like 100 times. So I did that and then goodbye my account.
Yep, see ya, mate.
The first and only time that I've been scanned was 3 years ago. I was 12. It was like, I think it was Christmas 2011. I was training like strength or something on Red Spiders, and a guy came up to me and asked if I wanted like 20 mil cash or something as a Christmas present. And I said, yeah, sure. And he said, well, if I'm gonna give you that much money, I want to make sure that I can trust you. So he said he was gonna give me his Fury, Red Fury, and um, somehow he tricked me into giving him my Fury. I don't even know how he did it, but yeah, it ended up me giving him my Fury. I'm not sure how much it was at that time, but yeah, I was pretty upset.
See ya, mate.
Wow,
Rip
you're
Christmas.
I
Uh,
only time I was scammed, I don't even know if you want to consider it a scam because I ended up getting the item anyway. It was a while ago, and I was trying to buy a D2 hander off of a friend, and I put up the money. He put up the D2H and like a few junk items, and then I hit accept, and then he started adding a few more things in, and then a little bit more as well. Like I think he threw something in there that like an obby cape or some shit, and I was like, well, okay, all right, it's looking good. So then I just kept spamming accept. He took the D2H off. I didn't realize, and he started laughing about it. But then he gave me the D2H after. Otherwise, I've been pretty careful every time I've been making trades
mhm.
and just dealing
Well,
with people.
it's all about the first time I got scammed slash lured in OSRS, because back in, I don't know when, like, I think March, I was a level 3 skiller, and, you know, on Karamja there are those villagers who can, or whatever they are, down in Type 1I, they can, like, poison you, and I had 10 HP, so they tricked me getting, like, I think, like, 2k lobsters down there, and then they lured me down there and I got poisoned and died. Lost my 2k lobsters, I cried.
Yep, that's why level 3 skillers are stupid.
Yeah. Kappa, what?
Each to their own, mate. Whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It's cool.
You said you weren't ever scammed, Ginge?
Uh, They've tried to a couple of times, like Talk 2 tried to give me 10,000 guams instead of Reynars. That's pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
What a
I've been,
snake.
I mean, people have attempted to scam me multiple times. I just decline and keep going on with what I'm doing.
People have tried to scam me countless times, but it's not worked recently.
Alright,
Oh, next question.
Light Gaming says, what do you think would be the best small update that would improve the overall community? No new content, but
I've been waiting to jump into this one for like the whole thing. I won't mention it again after this, but remove the fucking 6-hour AFK bullshit. Because it... Okay, currently, attack, strength, defense, HP, and magic are all skills which take 0 time to train because you can just do them while you sleep, while at work, while at school, etc. I believe the reason for them not removing it is because it makes the game look more active. From the outside, yes, it makes the game look more popular, but when you log in, like, let's say you're a new player, and there's fucking people splashing everywhere, there's like, the fuck is this bullshit? And it's embarrassing. It doesn't make the game look good, it's bad. The game integrity issues, as much as people don't want to think it is because they're too busy splashing, it's bad for the game and should be removed as soon as possible.
Imagine a new player who's never played the game before walking through Lumbridge. There's like every goblin, every chicken, every cow is getting splashed on.
Honestly,
It's
when you
pretty
go to
sad.
Lumbridge and you see every single goblin being splashed on, it makes you feel sad.
It is pretty bad. And they should just rename old school RuneScape to fucking AFK while at school RuneScape, mate, I swear. It's terrible.
Mhm.
Yep, best joke, sick tumble and shit.
I think we can all agree with, like, we don't like splashing at all. I don't, at least. I don't know about you guys.
I hate it. It's not just splashing, it's AFK Nightmare Zone too, but,
Yeah.
it's all bad. It's, like, I always use the argument, oh, it's just like botting, but, I mean, it isn't like botting, you're not using a macro for it, but it's the same results of botting. You are getting XP without any input. You are getting infinite outputs for one input, which is just, bad.
For me,
I'm done.
I would want kind of. I know it says no new content, but I would like some more shortcuts. I saw this shortcut on Reddit yesterday. Someone was running to the Trollheim patch, and they said like, "Can we get like an agility obstacle here?" Like, when you run to the Trollheim patch, you have to run into that cave, do like a huge loop around, and then go up the ladder. But they showed like
Oh,
when you get to the cave, you just like there's a shortcut just to get right up to the top right away.
oh god, that would be
I would
perfect.
like things like that.
I would love tons of high-level shortcuts around the game, like for
Make it
Dagon
80
of
plus.
Kings, for Wyverns, for Calphite Queen, for the farm patch, for, I don't know, the Aerobelisk would be kind of cool, like,
They're like
you
I,
can
th- I think
cross the
agility shortcuts
ditch
are small
and
updates.
run up the hill. That'd be
Just
cool.
quality of life.
Like 90, 80, 95 agility requirements and stuff like that. Be very cool
Mhm.
to see.
At least make them high level. At least some of them.
Oh! Here we go. I would like the wildy ditch removed as well,
Yeah.
Oh god, yes.
or
I'm pretty indifferent.
why?
I like
Saves-
jumping it.
I don't know, it's not a big deal really. I mean,
Saves 1.5 ticks every lap, bro.
Oh
I don't
god.
really care that much, to be honest. I mean,
Like if you
eh,
cry every time.
I've got used to seeing it at this point. It doesn't really affect me because I don't know if it'd help you PK or anything, but yeah, it could probably help you lure or something. But yeah, I think it's more of a runecrafting update than anything.
Well, yeah, runecrafting shouldn't really be buffed anymore, should it now? Because,
Yeah, it won't make a big difference.
It would only give you like 400 marks an hour.
yeah, I guess, but still. What others shortcuts would help? I don't know.
Also, something else that's real small: not having anyone stand on the fire at the rogue's den.
Oh god, yes.
That was polled, wasn't it? And it failed.
Yes.
Failed
How the
because, there's more than 25% of people in the game like standing on the fire to piss people off, I guess.
Saffron
Yeah,
is
can
a
you
Actually-
ragger.
confirm?
I don't know.
Ragger or saffron.
I think honestly, Jagex should take more initiative in polls and just add stuff.
There's a
in
lot
that's,
of
like,
things that
common
don't need
sense.
pulling.
Like, come on, like you should poll bigger game-changing things, but fucking, you don't have to poll stuff like standing on a fire and splashing and stuff like that.
Hey! You said you weren't gonna mention it again.
I can't help it, man.
Anyone else got a
All
small
update that I
update?
think should have gone through was abstain option. They should have just done it.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know why
They shouldn't have polled abstain.
why the hell would it? I agree. That's
I don't care about a single PK question at all. And so me having to put my opinion on it and influencing the poll is just counterproductive and stupid.
Totally agree. There's a lot of things that just shouldn't be pulled. What is your
Well,
favorite skill and what is your least favorite skill? For me, my favorite skill is Slayer, and my least favorite skill has got to be mining if I do it at the quarry.
Hmm.
favorite skill Slayer, least favorite skill I'm not bothered. They're all kind of meh. I don't really have a least favorite skill.
My favorite skill is also Slayer, and I don't really have a least favorite skill either.
Like, is this like the Slay Stars podcast or something?
It
Mate?
is, isn't it? Fuck.
Favorites, runecrafting. Least favorites, probably construction. Yeah.
Ooh.
Favorite would be agility. Least favorite would be just anything where you stand at a bank.
What about Hunter?
Yeah, what about Hunter?
You can't rate
I've
something you've
tried
never
it. I
done.
don't know.
My favorite would be runecrafting or Slayer. Skill I hate most is construction. Getting 99 was a real pain in the ass. Oh my god. Don't wanna do
If
it
construction
again.
was less XP per hour, I think it would be my least favorite skill for sure.
That shit's so fast though, I love it.
Yeah.
Just
I
looking
love
at it.
kind of fun.
construction.
It's
I didn't mind it.
to me, it's the only thing that really makes it bearable.
Mahogany tables would be fucking amazing
Oh
to
god, I
do.
would love it. Oh,
That's like XP porn.
All right,
wasn't that like pretty much orgasm trance?
all right,
700k an hour.
Trance,
Oh,
Trance. I got one for you.
Oh
Someone
god.
said that on the last podcast you mentioned like getting advice about not getting burnt out or something. Was that you, right?
I said that?
Was it you?
well,
Oh,
We can all
he's in
answer
hot
this one, I
water
guess.
now.
I don't know. Just want to elaborate on not getting burnt out.
I don't remember saying that.
I guess to not get burnt out, you just switch. I mean, if you feel like demotivated, just do something else. Like, if I'm really fucking bored, I just go bridding for like an hour, then realise I'm shit and go skill again.
What?
Hey mate, why do you think I've got like fucking max mage in the bank and shit? Just for a laugh every like a month or something. Yeah.
What I
well,
do to not burn out is like if I don't enjoy doing the skill, but I want to do it to 99, I just find a way to make it enjoyable. Like I did with mining, I just mine 20 rocks and
yeah, drop them all.
I think for me,
I like
the
to
best
burn
way to not get burnt out is don't make yourself feel obliged to do something. Like when I was doing mining at the end before I maxed, I really was not enjoying the game at all. But since I've maxed, I've just been having a really great time. Just do what you have fun doing, and don't make it feel like a job, I guess.
Well,
Oops.
my advice would probably be setting yourself some goals. Like, you want 99 Slayer, you can set that's a long-term goal or a short-term goal, whatever you want. Like, that's what I always did, and I haven't burned out yet.
Guess you could keep track of your Crystal Math Lab logs. It feels really good to log out and update yourself, and you have 6 more hours.
Mm-hmm.
Getting 6-hour log and updating yourself, and then you have 6 more EHP. Pretty motivating to EHP every hour.
Talking about 6 hour logs, just got one.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Good
Yeah,
call, Trance.
thanks. Yeah.
Next thing is something I saw on Reddit. I wanted to include this. Pizza MN was hacked for 15k plus pineapple pizzas.
Oh,
Eh,
the travesty.
Modmat K saw to it that the hacker was banned and that the pizza guy got all of his pizzas back as well. How do you guys feel about this? What the fuck is up with that favoritism as well?
I don't get it either.
I think the guy is pretty fucking cute going around giving people pizza. He even gave me one, mate. Fucking, oh, it's what a nice guy, but just I think it's. I mean, the guy should have been banned, but giving the guy his pizzas back and stuff, I don't know, man.
People
It's-
get hacked every
The
day.
favoritism is crazy. Like people get hacked all the time, just because he's a this strange fella doesn't mean he gets his stuff back. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But you know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, people, as I said, people get hacked every day, and well, Pizza Man is pretty known on Reddit and pretty much everywhere in the community. He gave pizzas out to whoever wanted them. I guess it's a good thing to do and all, but still giving him the pizzas back, I don't know really.
To be honest, the pizzas got took out of the game, and it's hardly a big deal. It's a bunch of pizzas.
Well,
but,
yeah, true, but yeah.
I'm not bothered either way, honestly.
Um,
It's not something I feel strongly about.
It hurt me.
I guess what I kind of feel strongly about is the favoritism in that. I mean, it is pretty much saying there is no equality in this game for anybody, and
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
we will
One
take
of us got
steps.
hacked.
We will take steps to prove that as well. My Matt K tweeted. He said like someone was complaining about dude getting all his shit back, and he was like, "Oh, well, if you gave or if you gave pizzas out, we would probably do the same for you." What the fuck? I mean, I don't know. I just really hate that. Really hate the favoritism. Um, what they did was in good spirits, you know, trying to give him his shit back. But he wasn't treated like any other player. He wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's disgusting. Speaking of that getting hacked shit, I'm still waiting on my response for my account that was hacked and banned in 2008. Still waiting to hear back on that, but this motherfucker got his hacker banned and all his shit back within like 2 hours. Fuck out of here with that.
I
The
think the worst thing
favoritism.
is
There's just no equality, and to me that is just disgusting.
the worst thing is that Matt K is giving a guy pizzas back when there's much more pressing matters to be dealt with. For example,
Don't
I'm
say
not
it.
going to say it. I won't say it, but yeah, we all know what I'm gonna say.
I mean, it sucks dude got hacked, but I mean, many people get hacked. There's nothing they can do about it. Shit, I know more than a handful of people who've been hacked and have lost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of mil. But we got this.
Or scams.
But
Yeah.
I just don't like the favoritism, I guess.
We don't even know how he got hacked. He might have been an idiot and gave his password to someone. Like, or in other circumstances. Could have been his
I
fault.
will make pizzas on your account. Just give me your password. Okay. See
Be
ya.
surprised.
I don't have anything. Just for when people watch this, I don't have anything against the pizza guy. I'm calling him guy,
No, he's
not
a
man.
legend.
The problem that I have is Mod Matt K with how he dealt with it. Sucks you got hacked.
Yep.
I don't think you should have got your shit back though.
Well, yeah, but
I think
it's a nice thought, like what he thought of it, like, you know, make pizzas for people who ever want
But
it.
that shouldn't make him better than any other player.
Yeah, true, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, what about me? What about Adam? What about Trance? What about Ginge? What about you? What about Razor? What about all these other people in the high-level skilling community who have huge influences on the gameplay amongst high-level players and other things like that? And I just fuck it.
And are also, you know, if you're a hacker trying to hack somebody, who are you going to hack? The top page? I mean, who has the most money? Or would
Yeah.
you think would have the most wealth?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we know that as soon as I get 300 mil cash stack, you know, you're just going to spend it
yeah,
on
all this
crafting or whatever. But
favoritism. Like, I mean, what about all the streamers that now we get enough? Sorry, my bad.
I just really don't like that kind of favoritism. That's taking it way too far in my eyes. See,
I think we should move on. To be honest.
yeah. All right. Couple
Never-
things left. What are your opinions on free to play? Do you feel strongly about it either way, being in the game or not?
Well,
I have strong opinions about it, but it's definitely a good thing for the game for sure.
it would lower the cost of U-logs, possibly raise the price of nats, right?
I'm pretty sure U-logs aren't free-to-play items.
Under the current
No.
way that they have it set
Yeah.
up.
Well, if
Like
they
Willow.
released it, they would make them available, and that should probably go up.
why?
Yeah, new
because-
players.
Oh, yeah, true, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, never mind. They can just splash. But
Come on, man.
I want free to play.
I'm gonna start a
Might
fucking
better start
splash
with the members
jar
only.
And every
Wait,
time you
okay.
say splash, you gotta put like 100K into it.
When you edit this shit, you should have like every time I mention it, it should like ping up 1,
Amazing.
2 every time I say it.
I will.
Have like
Hey,
a
if
splash
someone wants to
tally.
rewatch this hour and a half, probably end up being more long podcast, and get a splash counter for how many times Adam has said that, I will give you something cool.
Mil.
I don't fucking know.
Mil.
Um, the only thing about free to play, I don't know. When they wanted to introduce free to play a while ago, there was only going to be a 2 week trial, like, and they were going to just collect data off of 2 weeks. How in the
Honestly,
fuck has that evolved into being 7 months?
honestly, the 2 week thing, you can't really do shit in 2 weeks of being a free-to-play player.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it'd be good. It'd be good for the game, but yeah. Anyone else got anything on that?
Well, I guess free-to-play would raise the amount of players playing the game. Like, there would be more people playing. Guess it, yeah. I guess it would be good for the community in some way. Wouldn't die
Bring
out.
up the prices of trimmed rune items.
Ooh, yes, I want that. Yeah, not really more to say.
Alright, and then this should be the last one, unless anyone wants to talk about something else, is the Slayer task assignment rewrite. Early next year, they're intending to make Duradel and Neve assign more appropriate tasks for their level requirement. Um, could potentially decrease the XP, like by getting more being assigned more wyverns, but it would also remove shittier tasks like banshees, zygomites, harpy bug swarms, things like that. Also, they want to make dark beasts able to kill if you're under 110 combat, and they did talk about Neve being able to assign smoke devils, but not being able to do dark beasts. I think they want to make her assign those as well. What do you guys think overall about everything?
Wait, they want to make her assign Dark Beast or make her not assign Smoke Devils?
That could go either way, really. I don't.
Yeah.
It should go removing Smoke Devils.
I would
Make
agree with
Duradel, then.
that.
It would kind of
It's
make
too
no
high
sense
level.
for Neve to not assign Smoke Devils and Smoke Devils in her dungeon.
That does make sense too.
But still, it's a high level. It's even higher level than.
He doesn't
Dark
assign
Beast.
Black Dragons and they're in a dungeon.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Good one, Ginge.
So we've got the precedent there already.
What about Water Fiends?
She does
They make
assign them.
Water
I
Fiends
did
more
get them
popular.
one time.
That's that content.
Water Fiends are probably like 1k XP an hour or something.
I know, but if they rewrote the tasks and made each one a little bit more...
Did they remove water
Same
fiends
odds.
when? I mean, I haven't been in the dungeon since they added in gargoyles.
I have
No,
no idea either.
they're
Did
still
they
in there.
replace them with gargoyles or
I'm pretty sure they're in there. I'm not sure.
no idea?
But
They
I don't know
basically
if-
just want to change the task list to make it so you get the tasks you want more, effectively making points less useful.
hmm
I don't
You
mind
won't
them
need them
doing
to
that.
skip as much.
Oh, they also
I've
talked
got a
about
shit ton
adding
of points.
those rune packs for, like the Slayer Dart rune packs for Slayer points.
That I think that made the price of Furies go down.
that's
When they
fine.
released that the first time. I mean, it's
Like 3 mil
not
anyways.
a bad thing, but
I would like there to be more things you
Uh,
could buy from the Slayer shop, like with points.
as long as they don't make it so you can buy fucking XP with it like it is on RS3, I don't
totally
mind.
agree.
And I've seen suggestions for like, oh yeah, we should add Herbicide to the Slayer Master, and we should add Bone Crusher to the Slayer Masters with points. I see that shit a lot on Reddit. It's like, no, add the Bone Crusher to fucking Prayer, add Herbicide to Herblore. It makes no sense for everything to be all piled on
Hey,
Slayer.
talking about the Bone Crusher, it was pulled before and did fail.
I don't
I
want
think it got like above 60%. If you had to like do something in like with the Ectofunctus to be able
it. It just costs like 10k ecto tokens or something.
I don't know how long it would fucking take to get 10k, but I mean, how would you feel about it maybe being introduced through the Ectofunctus, having to pay
If it
a
was to be introduced,
significant
I'd love
amount
that.
of shit?
Yeah, if it that's how it should be introduced, but I don't want it because it's just free XP for doing jack shit.
Hmm.
I think it would work nicely if it worked like the accursed urns and such work on RS3,
How do those work?
where somebody makes the urns, you can buy the urns, and then they take the XP and teleport it away later, rather than just being an item that you get and you have forever. They're degradable.
Okay, so a degradable bone crusher.
So you're still paying money to be able to pick up the bones without picking them up.
Alright, alright. Anyone got anything they want to include at all, or anything?
Blushing is bad.
Yeah, put
Yeah.
100k in the jar.
Reminder.
I owe like fucking 3 mil or something.
Alright, well, I guess that wraps up the second Hexis podcast. I hope you guys liked this one better than the last one. Uh,
I think it was a lot smoother. I mean, in the last one you didn't see half of the shit before the stream.
significantly
but
longer
after
as
the stream,
well. As I
yeah,
said,
I
I
started it,
mean,
like,
this
3 times and pissed myself like 3
it's
times.
about
But yeah,
this is like an hour and 40 minutes, so it's long as a bitch. It's more than twice as long as the last one. I didn't think we dragged it on. We were just having a nice conversation. If you guys have any questions, any topic ideas, anything you think we can improve on, some constructive criticism or something like that, please leave a comment below. Also, you can check the description. There's a Google form in there. On that, you can pretty much do the exact same thing as a comment and give us some kind of ideas on what you want to see or anything like that. But that wraps up the second Hexes podcast. Thanks for watching.
bye.
Bye.
I